Now, are you fed up with all of these Planes of Eidolon videos yet? No? Yes? Maybe? Last one from me, for now, I promise, unless of course they reveal more information, which of course is always a possibility with Digital Extremes. So how is Mastery Rank going to work with the new custom Ostron weapons that we will be able to craft in Hox Anvil, the new crafting terminal that was shown off in the town of Cetus? It's something that a lot of you immediately asked when you seen that we would soon be able to craft multiple different weapon types depending on which pieces we put together. And it is a fair question because you don't want, I guess, Mastery Rank just to be used once for those weapons, and you also don't want it to kind of snowball out of control. So the big man himself, Steve, answered this for us all over on Twitter. At the minute, they're looking at attaching Mastery to the strike of the weapon that you craft, which of course is the blade or the tip. So you will get Mastery for each tip, but only one time, pretty much like every other weapon. Once you've leveled up a weapon using a certain tip, then you won't get Mastery whenever you use that tip again on a new weapon, which again also is fair. Now, in the footage shown of Hox Anvil, we've seen a grand total of 6 strikes so far, which would be 3000 Mastery per strike. So you would get 3000 Mastery for the Bala, the Ulta, the Miwan, which sounds like a broken ambulance siren. You get 3000 for the Sayat, the Dethat, and my favourite, the Crunch, which sounds like you've just turned into some kind of Tenno Hulk. Crunch, smash, crunch, want, snoo snoo. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is just too spongy and bruised. Now in total, that's 18,000 Mastery that we'll be getting from these weapons, and that's not counting any future strikes that they choose to add into the game a little bit down the line, and I'm sure they will. Now hopefully that answers your questions in relation to Mastery being tied to these custom weapons. Another thing that Rebecca mentioned over on Twitter that they forgot to mention during the dev stream or the Tenno livestream about Cetus and the Ostron colony is its potential for it to have token system vendors in it somewhere in that town. Now we already have ducats as a kind of token system in Warframe, but that's just for Barrow's little disappointments and getting rid of primed gear of course. Plenty of other MMOs use token based systems to allow us to save up as much of this currency as we need to in order to eventually buy the items that we want. So you're not just getting given an item once you complete a task, you get to save up a currency and then choose which item you wish to buy. So how many of you have mentioned or asked for this kind of a token system for sorties in Warframe? Imagine not just getting given a lens or a booster at the end of a sortie, but instead getting given a currency like this instead, one that would allow you to save up, like I said, and buy exactly what you wanted from that sortie pool table. Now I'm not saying that that's what this system is going to be used for. Rebecca kind of joked that this system could be used for sorties, but that just makes me believe that they're going to be used for something else, unless she's doing some kind of Lotus Jedi mind trick, which is always a possibility as well. Now, so the mere mention of a token system from Cetus and for the Planes of Eidolon makes me think that there will be daily quests of some kind out on the plains, tasks for us to complete in order to get as many of this currency as possible in order to buy what we want with it. And how they choose to balance the amount of tokens we get per mission or quest and how many it could cost to buy a certain item is something that we should be maybe a little bit wary about, because Warframe is renowned for having a heavy amount of grind. Hopefully one item won't cost too much, or it could take a very long time of grinding dailies before you can buy the item that you actually want. But we don't really know any details about this token system yet. It's something that Rebecca just mentioned in passing, so we'll have to wait until the next dev stream at the end of July, so make sure and tune in for that. In fact, maybe these tokens will be fish, because we're going to be fishing, right? Or hear me out, the thousands of dead boards that the whole Tenno community is going to be shooting down, because I'll be honest, I'm going to shoot the absolute shit out of all of those boards in the first few days. Screw the Grenier, I'm not even going to look at those. If there's a board flying over them, that board's dead. Warriors of blade and gun, my Irish arse. It's warriors of fishing poles and skeet shooting. That's what it should be. Let me know what you guys think about the possibility of having a new daily quest hub in Cetus, and of course the introduction of a token vendor system, and also about Mastery Rank being tied to the strike of these custom weapons in Hox Anvil. Do me a favour and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.